Hi everybody. I'm going to be working on the gray water tank for the Ford Transit. This is a Class A Customs UM 2000, and this is a 20-gallon tank specifically made for the Ford Transits. And what's great about these is that if you look on the driver's side up underneath in front of the rear tire, this fits perfectly. The UM 2000 is made for the Ford Transit, so it doesn't hang low or and it fits perfectly in that space. So anyway, this is the UM 2000 you can find on Amazon. We are going with a KUS electric sending unit for the water measurement, and that's also going to be going to, I got a black one and a white one for the fresh water. This is a KUS, well, not sure exactly what it's called, but it is a water gauge. Here's the model number. Water level gauge. Same thing with this one, only in white. This will attach to this with power, with the 12 volt, and that's what's going to tell us the water level. So for this project, you're going to need a hole saw to drill the hole, which I've already done. Forgot to do the video first. You're going to have to drill the holes out because the screws that it come with are not self-tapping or self-drilling, and that you're going to use a 532 bit to drill the holes. So obviously you want to line it up, drill the holes out, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to use some clear silicone when I screw it down, just to prevent it from leaking out the top when we're driving. And then we're going to be using an electronic ball valve. This is a 1/2-inch electronic ball valve by US Solid. And what's going to happen is this is also going to get 12 volt power. It's going to be on a switch on the inside. It will attach to the drain here, and we'll hit a switch and it will empty the water out. As an added measure, I'm also going to be using this as an overflow valve. It's just going to be gray water like shower water and stuff, so sink water. So I'm going to cut this out and put a piece of plumbing and basically go straight down. So if it gets too high, it's not going to overflow up in the cabin, it's just going to overflow outside. So I'm going to go ahead and start this project. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Hey guys, I just want to give you an update. I've got that fully installed with the silicone. I use some elastic gloves to wipe off the edges before putting it in. I made sure it wasn't on the pole when I put it down in, and then I screwed it on. Now these, because the plastic is not threaded, once it gets to the end it just spins, so that's another reason why I use the silicone. And I know it's not an adhesive, but sort of using it as an adhesive. This is going to be the Overfill Drain, which I'm going to leave open, and this is a 1/2-inch, and this is a 1/2-inch nipple, male to male, and I might put an angle on there. I don't know, but I might just leave it. I cut this open thinking I was going to use that as the overfill, but it's a little excessive and it's going to be over top of the ball valve, so I decided that was not a good idea, and we went ahead and capped it. Now this is a 1/2-inch. Oh, that's my cat there, Mr. Beevils. he has a lot to say. I've got an inch and a half cap here, and then I've got I've got this ball valve that I said it's from US Solid. Now this is a 3/4 inch brass fitting. This is a 1/2 inch female, so that's a 3/4 female. So I had to get a reducer. I actually found this in the sprinkler department in the plumbing area of Lowe's. So that's a 3/4 to 1/2 reducer, male to male, threaded. Here I'm just going to put an angle or an elbow that goes straight down. And on this side, I just got done with this. I haven't cut it open yet, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it open. This is 1.5 inches, and this is a slip. And then I had to get a reducer. So this is 1.5 inches reducer to 3/4. And I'm going to put this on here. I'm not going to use, I did use cement, PVC cement, just to put the slip in, but I'm going to be using the plumber's tape on all of these just in case I need to remove it later. So I'm really not using any PVC glue or anything anywhere except for here because I had to. This is also a ball valve, but this is just a manual ball valve. So I'm going to be putting that right here in case this breaks. I can come out here and release the water. I'll let you know how it all goes when it's all done. Okay, so I have everything mounted. It all looks good. The next portion is going to be mounting it up underneath the van. I can't do it the same way I did the school bus just because of the way the chassis is on the bus versus the way the chassis is on the van. So I've decided to go with 4 feet pieces of flat steel, and that's going to be 12 gauge, 3/4, 4 foot. I don't know how many I need. I went ahead and got 8, and I measured it from the center to the center of this, and then I just bent it downward. So what I'm planning on doing is screwing this or self-tapping it up under the chassis just like that, and then I'm going to have another piece that I'm going to come across here bent down, and then I'm going to screw these or bolt these together. So I'll let you know how it comes out. Okay guys, so I'm working on the mounts for underneath the van. I've come up with, well, right now this is upside down. It actually has to go the other way, this part facing down. But anyway, you get the point. This fits around there. Imagine that the top of the van is here, and this is the bottom closest to the ground. So I'll first mount these poles. I'm going to do 4 of them. I'm going to put some techs up into the body, which there's some places that I'll show you in the next couple videos perfect for this. So I'm going to tech it up into the van. Then I'm going to, well, I have to first drill some holes here for some bolts. But once all 4 brackets are in, then I lift it up, and then I'm going to insert this and put the bolt through this, and then it will be secured. I left a little bit of room here all the way around because I'm going to use some foam or rubber, something. I don't really know yet, but I'm going to find something to put there just to protect from friction against the plastic and metal, just as an added measure. So I'll let you know in the next video. Hey everybody. Okay, so I've got them done. Obviously they're not spread out in the place that they're supposed to be. I just put the bolts in just to test it and to tighten it up. I don't have the rubber that I'm going to put in there just yet. I will do that though. I'm very happy with it. That's pretty much it. How did I bend it? Well, I just kind of, I'll show you. I took a piece of straight metal. I put my hand here, and I just pushed down on the other side. It's a little difficult, and I did the same thing with these, and I just marked it and then cut them with a jigsaw. Simple as that. So the next phase, I'm just going to disassemble this, and then I'm going to, and you can see there's a space on every one, which I like, so I can tech this. This is the top part. I'm going to tech it into the frame of the van, which I'll show you in the upcoming videos. It's a little late now, so I'll get started on this maybe tomorrow. I'm going to sand off the edges, or sand off the burrs, file them down, file off the small edges, and I'm probably going to paint it with some Rustoleum, as this is not zinc coated or stainless steel, so it will rust, and we don't want that. See you in the next video. Alright guys, so the next phase of this is Rustoleum. I'm using high performance 15-minute dry enamel. I'm going to flip them in about 15 minutes, give them another good coat, and then I'll be ready to apply what I found was some window foam, strip foam. I'll show you in the next video. Alright guys, so I wanted to try one first before saying anything. First try, first tech. I'm using the flat-headed techs, number 8, 1-inch, the lathe techs with the flat head to keep it as flat as possible, and then I'll cover it with some foam. Yeah, let's see if I can get a better shot. There you go. Gonna have to put a couple washers up here, which is not a big deal. So I'm gonna just put maybe 3 or 4. One here, maybe another one, but really it's very strong. I don't see this going anywhere. Actually gonna put one here as well, and that'll pretty much do it. I'm gonna put the window foam, which I'll show you in the next video, around this, and then I'm gonna mount it up. Easy guys. So there's one thing I didn't take into consideration, is I thought I was gonna mount to this one, the one that's closest to the tire, the back tire here, but you can't. I don't know if I'm getting a good enough angle for you, but there's this in the way. None of the other ones have that. Also, it has a plate here, which will be very hard to drill through, and it's raised as well. So I have to skip this one, which leaves only 3. Really, you're not going to be driving around with a full water tank, but even if you did, it's 160 pounds. That would be 53 pounds per bar, and that is sufficient. But again, you really shouldn't be driving around with a full gray water tank anyway. So, but the 3 should be sufficient. If not, I'll have to find a way to mount over here somewhere. I'm not really sure, because this is double-walled steel, and it is very thick steel. So I'm hoping that this will just be enough. This is the weakest link, this middle one here. It's definitely not as strong as these. It's not a support bar, but it should be able to handle weight just fine. So in all reality, most of the weight's going to be going to these 2, this one and that one. This one will be there for support, but not so much. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put the window foam up. I'll show you what I'm using, and then I'm going to go ahead and mount the tank. Here's the sponge window seal from Lowe's for about $4. Hey guys, so I'm getting ready to mount it up. I've got all the bars up here covered in the foam, As you can see, leaving the holes exposed. It's the perfect size too. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and mount it up, starting with the middle one. Alright guys, that's a wrap. I'm really happy with the way it came out. It is not going anywhere. There's no way I could move this. I'm super confident. There's no wiggle room whatsoever. It's actually very, very tight. You can see here that it's pushing up on the plastic, not too much, but it is pushing up on it. And these can be adjusted if you are too tight or too loose. You would just take this the bottom piece off and then readjust it. You may have to recut it and drill new holes to readjust, but that's pretty much it. That's how it's done. See you in the next video.